Hey, what's going on? So Friday night, 6:15. That means I'm just over 120 hours on my fast, which I am. Not much over, but I did make it. So it's just amazing that I made it that far again. I forgot to bring in a couple of pictures into my stream today because I'm just kind of being a bonehead. It's Friday, so uh, having a Friday night brain cramps, let's say. So, because this is where I'm at right now. Well, this is where I was at the top of the hour. At 6 o'clock, I was 120 hours into my fast. So I made it. Thankfully, I made it all the way through. Yesterday was actually pretty rough. And I got one more picture here. That's how many. This is my extra time now. It says this was at 52 seconds extra. So I did make it. It was a good fast. Thank God it's over. So I can eat now. And we've got Terry saying that she's in the ketogenic woman channel right now and she'll be hop over after. All right, Terry. We'll look forward to seeing you. And Carolina Carnivore, how you doing? It's nice to see you here again. How's your day going? Been seeing you in Larry's live. That's awesome to see you in there. It's a great place to hang out and a lot of good support going on in there. Well, my go-to for breaking a fast on this, Carolina, is 2 over easy eggs cooked in butter with 4 slices of crispy bacon to dunk in and eat up the runny yolk. Then I'm going to wait for 90 minutes or so, and then I'm going to eat something else. And tonight, I decided to do something a little bit different for my actual meal. I've seen way too much stuff, and I've done this before, so I'm going to break my fast with sardines tonight for the real part. I'm going to try the King Oscar wild caught sardines in extra virgin olive oil. I've got a couple of cans of those. That's actually what I'm going to have 90 minutes afterwards, just to do a slow repeat tonight. Hey, Brian, it's nice to see you here, and thank you very much. You fried up some pork belly. You ate nearly 2 pounds of it. Yeah. I don't know. Pork belly is pretty good. It might go through you pretty quick, too. So be careful with that one. I've had that experience with pork belly because that's way more fat than I expected. Now, when I started my fast, this was my weight. It was 225.8. And yesterday, if you remember, I was at 216.8. So I'd lost 9 pounds. Guess what it was this morning? I didn't lose any weight. I was still at 216.8, which means I drank a lot of water and I had a lot of electrolytes yesterday, and I did. So my morning glucose and ketones, again, 3.2 for the ketones, and my glucose was at 70, which was actually pretty good. During the morning meeting with Larry, I could feel my ketones had rise. They'd gone up 4.2, glucose down 63. I could feel it. It's like a tingling, and just my mind just starts, I don't know. I definitely feel when my ketones ramp up. And then this afternoon, as I was getting ready to leave work, I almost forgot to do it. My glucose was down to 57. My ketones were at 4.3. Gave me a GKI of 0.7 and a Dr. Boz ratio of 13, which is really damn good. So you were asking about Carolina Carnivore, what I'm going to have for to break my fast. And I put this here in already. This is what I'm going to be having. I'm going to have my eggs cooked in butter with bacon. 78% of my calories are coming from fat, 22% of it coming from protein. And this keeps me from having disaster pants and having to run to the bathroom after I do this. I've tried several different ways to break a fast, and this is actually the only one that keeps me out of the bathroom. I've tried doing stuff like just having a bone broth. If I just have bone broth, it's over for me. It just does not work out. Brian says, I think I'll have a couple of cans of sardines. Heck yeah. Well, I did. I picked up 2 of these, and then I picked up a couple cans of the chicken of the sea, or I think it might have been chicken of the sea in olive oil. So, how am I measuring my numbers? With my Keto Mojo. That's where this graph comes from, is from my Keto Mojo. I just have mine in dark mode. So the glucose comes from blood and the ketones from blood. I also have 2 CGMs on right now, so I've been monitoring my glucose with my CGMs also. I did do it this morning. Let me save this here, and I'll pop this one in. I forgot that I even saved one of them this morning. Come on. My computer's just taking its own sweet time loading stuff today. Because, it's Friday, and I guess my computer's had enough of the day already today, too. I don't blame it. It's been a day. Okay, I did remove that once. There you go. This is at 4:01 this morning. This was my blood glucose. I didn't do my ketones at 4:01 because, again, I wasn't smart enough to put it where I needed it. Let's see, Brian, you've got your blood glucose at 78, ketones at 4.5. That is amazing. Was that morning or was that now? Dr. Boz posted a new video on the sardine fast. Yeah, that's kind of why I bought these. 2.0, right? Sardine fast 2.0. Make sure you don't drain the olive oil. You eat the olive oil. So I'm going to have to try to do that and see if I can handle it, because I am one that used to drain the olive oil. Yeah, your 4 a.m. numbers. I've never had really high 4 a.m. numbers. They've only been in the mid 3s as the highest I get at 4 o'clock in the morning or when I first wake up. My numbers generally around, well, you saw there 11 o'clock. Between 10:30 and 11:30, I always feel my ketones ramp up. And I don't know why. It's just the way my body is. Maybe I need to start eating in a different window than what I have been. I do think that might have something to do with it too. So now the last couple of days, you guys have been here. You've listened to me ramble on here just a little bit, because I did pull up this here slide. 120 beyond 120 hours, because we're over 120 hours on this fast now. The body enters a deeper phase of protein conservation, sustained ketosis, and ongoing adaptations, but with increased risk of mass loss. I'm not sure about that, but that's what the research shows. Electrolyte imbalances and other complications. It's often called the protein sparing or conservation phase in classic models. Ketone levels typically plateau around 5 to 10 days, with fat becoming the dominant fuel source. And that's what it is. Fat is the dominant fuel source. And if you listen to Dr. Kiltz at all, fat is the fuel. That's it. Deep ketosis and fat adaptation ketone bodies are the primary energy source for the brain and many tissues, sparing glucose and reducing reliance on muscle protein breakdown for gluconeogenesis. To get to that point, you have to exhaust your fat. As long as you have fat stores, you're not doing that. And that's one of the things I believe Dr. Kiltz was alluding to in a lot of his talks when he talks about this. And then, of course, the human growth hormone still remains elevated at this point. Insulin and IGF-1 stay low. The cortisol may raise due to the stress of the fast, but if you're not stressed, I don't think it's going to happen. And that annoyed me for a second there. And let's see, weight loss continues at zero point 0.3 to zero point 0.9 kilos a day, which I didn't lose any weight, so it's not always going to happen. With a mix of fat and lean mass, we're not losing lean mass, we're losing fat. Your lean mass isn't going away really, not until you exhaust all of your fat. So still, autophagy and stem cell activity remains elevated or sustained, supporting cellular cleanup. Stem cell regeneration for immune cells and gut lining can be prominent, with potential reset effects amplified on refeeding. Multi-organ changes happen in this point still. There's some other stuff too. That's your hunger and energy. Your hunger really just does go away. The issue I have, like right now, I know I can eat now because I've made it to my goal. Now I really, really, really want to eat, and this is where I have trouble. So I was thinking about going until tomorrow morning and breaking my fast in the morning. It's not going to happen. I'm just too excited about having the chance to jump in and grab something to eat. Brian said, no eggs today and iced coffee this morning. That's awesome. Carolina Carnivore says, sardine craze is bonkers. That must be just for content. Or am I missing something? I eat sardines about 5 times a year. I didn't realize so many folks were making a thing. A lot of this has to do with Dr. Boz. Dr. Boz really does a lot with the sardine diets, and one of her resets that she actually has people doing with them, and people pay good money to do this, is a 3-day sardine fast with a refeed, and then you go into a 3-day water fast. The 3-day sardine fast is actually really good for people, and it really shows what your body can do. So sardines are actually one of the few superfoods when you're get them in the olive oil that's actually olive oil and not contaminated with other junk. Hey, John. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing tonight? It's nice to see you. No, I'm not doing Dr. Boz class. A lot of people pay a lot of good money for it. I haven't pulled the trigger on doing a Dr. Boz class yet. I've been looking at them though. They are interesting. 5 times a month, not a year. Okay. They are a great, easy choice while trucking. That is true. They're right there. Easy to do. Brian, John is saying hello. Yeah, great day. It is a good thing. Also, with inflammation, it has a whole bunch of other benefits, not a clickbait thing. That is true, Brian. And there are so many different benefits from the sardines, and you get them in the extra virgin of olive oil like this here. As long as they don't have the seed oil, they're actually pretty good. And the King Oscar, you're paying a little bit more for them. Man, are they a lot better. Yep, sardines are a superfood 100%. Let's see, John said, I like doing a 3-day sardine fast before I start a water fast. It ramps up the ketones before the water fast. I found it to be easier to ease into the water fast long term. I find the same thing with a nice fatty steak. I haven't tried it with the sardines. I might have to try that, John. That's a good idea. I don't mind doing sardines. They're actually pretty good, I think, anyway. So this is what I did for the last few days. Last 120 hours. My ketones did really well. They've ramped up like they should. They've been elevated. They didn't take long for them to get up there, and it's always nice to have that happen. You know what I mean? It just really helps to get the feeling that you get when you're doing this type of fast. 120 hours not eating has a lot of different benefits to it, and one of them is just how good your body feels now. I mean, if I had planned to do this a 6 day and one more day, I wouldn't be thinking about food right now, but I am thinking of that bacon and eggs, and that's what 360 calories to break my fast, and then I'm going to have a couple cans of these with the fat. That's 230 calories, so another 460 calories on top of that. And then I'll let my body rest until tomorrow sometime when I'll eat again. But it's just, it's going to be nice to be able to eat again. One of your favorite cans of sardines is French and butter. I have not seen any of the butter sardines at all. At least not in the stores around here. I'd have to order them from the world market or something. John says, wait now, my keto strips to start my 20-day fast. Are you waiting on them? You do 20 days in May and 20 days in June. That's going to be a long. When are you going to start that fast, John? Do you have a date set for this already? Brian says my wife cooked chicken in the air fryer. Almost killed me last night. See, I don't. That's one of the weird things is I can cook for my wife and I can cook for my son. I can be out there while they're cooking and doing stuff, and it doesn't bother me. I don't get bothered by it until I start getting to the end, and then that's when food starts to bother me and smells start to bother me. It's just different. Let's see. All right. So you got people commenting on two different streams, so you guys can see everything that's being said. So I'll put up on the screen right now. That way you all can see each other. Rainbow Tomato Garden website is the best place for sardines. Rainbow Tomato Garden. Tin fish and more. Well, I got that up and I've got that bookmarked now. So I'm going to have to take a look at that and see how it goes. Yeah, for me, yesterday was it yesterday? It was a hard day. But today I woke up this morning and I was doing good. As soon as you get your ketone strips. See, I'm thinking about doing a 21-day sardine fast like Brian is doing. I just don't know if I can actually do it. It's going to be a tough one to do. 21 days of just sardines. But you never know, it could be fun. You're going to check your weight today. You're up to 215, so you have plenty of fat to do the fast. Yeah. And again, that is important to have. And Hey, you're at my weight now, John. You're at 215. I'm at 216 this morning. I've actually only had my one electrolyte to drink today. It's all my body's wanted so far, so it's actually been really good for me. But I did have my coffee. It's a fun site. Yeah, I'm just looking at this here. It's got all kinds of different things that you can do. You can search by country and by the brands. So yeah, it's going to be. They do have the Nuri brand. The Nuri brand looked really good. The stuff that Aaron was doing. Oh, Ferrigno, like Ferrigno Freedom. Speaking of Ferrigno Freedom, if you haven't seen it yet, Dante put out a new video yesterday. It's actually really nice to see Dante putting video out again. I've missed the guy. He was a great inspiration when I first started doing carnivore. I watched a lot of his videos. The guy did mackerel. You like mackerel too for 36 days. Yeah, and that's actually Dr. Boz was talking about mackerel today in her video. So, might not be a bad thing to do. Did you see, your sauna pics on Larry? Yep, I did. I saw that. Very jealous. Makes me think I need to go out and get my hot tub up and working again because I do miss my hot tub. It is one of the things I really like to do is just sit in that. It just makes things just disappear when you sit out there and kick back and relax. So, well, let's see here. Let's do this. Anybody want to come on for a couple minutes and talk on the screen? You don't have to. Just offering if you want to. Brian, John, Carolina, you guys could come on. Hang out for just a couple more minutes before we got to take off. If you want. If not, no big deal. I got my wife is dropping my granddaughter off at her cousin's house today. So her cousin, she's having a sleepover at her cousin's tonight here in town, and then she got another cousin out of town that she's going to spend the night with tomorrow night. So, and we'll probably be the ones that end up bringing her out there and hanging out for a little bit down there too. All right. I see Brian is backstage now. What? Or did he go? All right, that disappeared on me. It says Brian's backstage, but then he disappeared. There you go, Brian. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Let me turn down my volume. There we go. Congratulations on the 120 hours.
Well, thanks, Brian. Appreciate that. It
Right.
was a fun journey, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be glad when this is over. I mean, it's not. Yesterday when the wife was cooking the chicken, I was sitting there going, I want some of that chicken, and she made threats and all that. So
But you're at what, 18 days now? Or just
19? 18 days today, yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yep. That's a great accomplishment in itself also.
I'll do today, tomorrow, and Sunday, and then I'll break the fast on Monday morning about 8 in the morning. So I'm kind of curious to see what my numbers are in the morning since I got rid of the eggs and added one iced coffee, and I drank that iced coffee early. So
yeah. Now, when you're doing this, do you use like any MCT oil or anything like that?
No, I used to have MCT oil and butter, the bulletproof coffee, and I loved it. And I had it late one night, and it made me sick. And I just haven't been able to get over that. I mean, I was pretty ill for probably about 4 hours. So,
Wow.
and I know that it's why I drank it way too late. I made a bulletproof coffee at like 10 at night, which is not the smartest thing.
No. Yeah. Well, drinking coffee late at night can be an issue for a lot of people. I think it's part of my heritage. I grew up drinking coffee, and I can drink coffee and go right to sleep.
I had a coffee at my grandmother's house.
You broke up there at the end.
Am I back?
Yep. Now I can hear you again.
Phone started ringing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had coffee when I was probably 6 at my grandma's house, maybe even earlier than that. So I've always drank coffee, but I have tried to slow it down to 4 cups a day and not really having any coffee after 3 or 4. So we'll see.
Now I try not to have coffee after lunchtime. So around noon, if I won't have any more coffee. Now, Carolina Carnivore is asking this question here. What are y'all's personal purpose for these elongated fasts? He says he does a 72-hour fast about every 90 days, but that's it. Why do you do the elongated fast, Brian?
Just metabolical, trying to get a grasp on my body. This is the longest fast I've did. Dr. Nelson did, I think, a 21-day water fast, and but I was usually at 7, and I don't do them all the time because I don't think that you need to. I think that if you get into a thing where you're doing it all the time, you're going to cause yourself more grief than good. So,
okay. And like for me, the reason I do it is for the metabolic resets and what it does for your body as you go through each of the different stages up during these fasts. I still have a lot of healing to do inside of my body. And
yeah.
Like, I still have healing to do on my hand. This hand used to be all gray and ashen and scaly. And I've got just a small little piece of that left. And every time I do an extended fast over 72 hours, it gets a little better.
Yeah.
And just I don't do it for weight loss. I'll drink enough water and you'll see, like, I didn't lose any weight in the last 24 hours. And it doesn't bother me because I'm not trying to do that for the weight loss. My carnivore diet is what I do for the weight loss. At least now.
My first fast, I jumped in and did a 72. I had no idea what I was doing, and just wasn't. And I was thinking it was for weight loss then, but once you start looking, listening, and learning, you realize that that's the exact opposite thing. And then you see some of these channels that are going, "Oh, you need to do this to lose weight and stuff," and I'm going, "No, that's the wrong attitude there, 100% wrong." But that was the other thing to cure my body. The inflammation in my brain. Some days I'm good, and other days I can't function. And the fast have helped. But like I said earlier, you don't need to be doing them all the time. Plus, your body gets used to that, and then it doesn't do any good.
Right. And John says, Carolina, 13 months ago, I was bedridden and dying. You're fasting, turning your life around. You were on keto for 15 years, carnivore for the last 13 months. And John has had some tremendous healing through his journey with keto and carnivore too. The fasting does have a lot of healing benefits for the body, and I think everybody should do it. I think everybody should
No.
try it. If it's
Yeah.
not, and you'll find out right away whether it's for you or not. My wife, she can fast. You know, she's tried it. She's gone 24 hours, I think twice, and she absolutely doesn't like it. So I don't push her to fast at all. And if you try it, you don't like it, don't do it.
I think if you have a lot of issues, underlying issues, the fast is great. But like you said, people that they don't need to fast. Not everybody needs to fast.
And I don't think everybody can fast. Is some people can fast better than others. You know,
Yeah.
I can jump into a fast and I do really well most of the time. This winter, I had some issues with being cold with my hands, but like this last fast, I didn't have any issues, and it was amazing. I felt great through the whole thing.
I love
Carolina, that's awesome, John.
the control, the ability to control my body. Because when I got sick, I lost all ability for those 4 years to control my body. And
Yep.
the fast gives you back some control. It's pretty simple. And plus the mind thing. If you can do a 72-hour fast, you build up to it. But if you can do that and you're not bothered, you can do anything. It's like in Larry's thing this morning, there were several people talking and they just wouldn't do something. And what do you want? And DDPY, the Dallas says, what's your why and what do you want? And whenever things get rough, that's the first thing I ask myself, what do you want? Do you want to be sitting in that chair and die in that chair in a year? Or do you want to be up and going to football games and hell, even maybe a hockey game?
Right? No. And see that I love Dallas Diamond Page. He was actually one of my favorite wrestlers.
He's a good guy.
And he's got some really his yoga stuff is actually really good. Carolina's asking, do you do any strength training while fasting?
I do kettlebell and DDPY. One thing I've learned over the last couple of months is you got to, especially now that I'm getting older, is you have to keep the muscles up, the strength in your hands, everything, your legs, because I lost the ability to walk. Like John was saying, bedridden and everything. I was chair ridden,
Oh.
Somebody was talking, it was Mitch this morning was talking about the phone, saying that the phone became a lifeline, and that's how it was for me. And now you get weird if it's not around, because a year ago, if I would have fallen, now I couldn't get up by myself right now, but a year ago, if I would have fallen and didn't have that phone, there's a chance I would have died, so, but there's so many lessons to learn, and a big one is not being dogmatic. Dogmatic will kill everything.
That is true. And there's a lot of people out there in the carnivore world that are very dogmatic about this diet and what's going on. It's like, I drink coffee. Am I still carnivore? Absolutely. Yeah. It's bean broth.
Yeah.
I love the way Dr. Kiltz puts stuff like that. It's just bean broth.
I hope I get a chance to meet him sometime.
Yeah, I'd like to meet Dr. Kiltz.
Yeah, and Nelson.
Yep, Dr. Nelson's great. He does a really good job. He did a really good job with that class.
Yeah,
and everything.
I'm on 4 right now. I'm gonna have to go back. I didn't do so good on that 4 test.
Yeah,
I would have got probably about 80% on it. So, but I went back and I looked at everything. I'm gonna go back and look at it and redo 4. just
which one was that? Was that one of the diabetic ones or the
crud. Come on, brain. The diabetic and what's the not the hormones, but I hate when my brain does that. It just left the room.
Yeah. I can see it and I know exactly what it is, but I can't. But yeah, they did a really good job with that course. They did a really good job setting all that up and stuff. And my computer's really slow. And the nice thing about this course is you have it all the time now. So you can go back and look at it anytime you want. I was actually doing that the other day. I was in here looking back at the different lessons and what they all were. But Carolina is asking, explain DDPY. That's Diamond Dallas Page Yoga. So it's a yoga program that Diamond Dallas Page created to help people lose weight, stay in shape, to keep coordinated and keep their muscles from wasting away, basically. It's worked for a lot of people.
He broke his back and developed it. His wife at the time was doing yoga, and he said, I'm not going to do that. And he came up with this, and it's just grown from that. What's cool about the program is that there's different stages, and it goes from bed to advanced, and looking at some of the advanced stuff's just insane. And you can go back and it meets you where you're at. And a lot of exercise programs don't. They just say you got to do this, and this is goes back to the dogmatic thing. And because I've had to go all the way back to bed when I hurt my hip. So, but yeah, I would highly recommend it for anybody.
Yeah, there's I looked at it before I started doing Insanity. I did Insanity instead of DDP yoga. And when I did Insanity, I did that it was over 4 years that I did it, but I lost like 80 pounds and I was in pretty good shape. And then one day I couldn't get my heart rate on my chest drop when I was getting ready to do a workout, and ended up in the hospital and spent 3 days in the hospital because I was in AFib. So, 2 years later, I ended up having heart surgery because of it.
Yeah. Same here.
Wrong diet. I was on the wrong diet.
Yep.
You can't out exercise a bad diet, and the standard American diet, a low fat diet, is the wrong diet. John Together Strong says, started at 367 pounds, now at 190, 15 years keto, 1 year carnivore, reverse diabetes, fatty liver, heart disease, and a 5x bypass. No glasses needed anymore. Mental clarity improving every day. And that's just some of the blessings. That is absolutely wonderful.
All that except for that bypass. I don't want one of those.
No. Stay away from that. Now, after I had my heart surgery was because of electrical impulses. So they did the catheter ablation. And it was like 2 years after I had that, my doctor thought she heard something in my heart. So I had to go back down and see my cardiologist again. And they did all kinds of tests, and I have absolutely no blockage, nothing in my arteries. I was good back then, and I'm not worried about it now. See, yeah, John says he's back. John says he's back up to 215 for a while, but was intentional. He ate a lot of fat during the winter to put on weight for healing purposes, and that will help you heal. The fat that you eat from your foods, from the ruminant animal, will help your body heal. You're getting ready to say something that cut you off. What was that?
I did the ablation, and it knocked it all out, and I was perfect. And about a year and a half later, I got COVID, and it just went all to heck. It took them, I think it took them almost 6 days to get my heart rate down in the ICU, and kidney failure and COVID pneumonia and everything. I got pretty lucky, but yeah, it was miserable. And now since I've started carnivore, I'll still have little flutters, but it's nothing like it was a year ago. So I'm happy with that.
Well, that's good.
Well, I didn't want to have to do that surgery again.
I don't want to do that surgery again.
No.
It wasn't the funnest thing to go through.
No. My friend, at the same time, I have my two close friends, and we all got sick at the same time. And his mother passed away of it's something in your heart that it causes it, and she died probably in her early 40s. And luckily he knew, but he thought he had COVID, and went in, and they said, no, you've got this, and he had to have they cracked his chest and everything. So yeah, he got pretty lucky that he knew, because he would have died, because it's fatal, whatever that was.
That's just crazy. So you have any plans for the weekend?
Sardines.
Sardines?
No, I'm gonna try to get a couple of more modules out of the way. And I ordered Alia sent out a thing on Facebook and stuff about her son's cup. I bought one of his cups today, so I was pretty happy.
Here. Let me see. Where's it at? I have one of them.
I've been watching all the meat stock stuff. That looks like that'd be a blast.
I haven't actually seen anything from Meat Stock yet.
Do you have their Facebook page?
No, I do not. Maybe I should go find their Facebook page and take a look at that first, huh?
And Dr. Berry had a live with Nisha this morning for about 40 minutes before they were getting ready to go somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't. I saw Dr. Berry had posted something, but I did not really pay attention to what it was that he posted. In and out of work, I just didn't do it. What the heck? Ah, there it is. I thought I'd save that to my camera roll already, or my roll for my live streams. I gotta go find it again, because it puts it back in date order, which is crazy. Instead of when I drop it in here.
I think the next time I do one of the sardine fasts, I'm just going to do all mackerel and see and test and everything. I've been documenting everything, and there it is. Yep, that's the exact one I got.
Yep. I like that one.
Yeah, the zombie. Cute. Yeah. He's a pretty good
zombie.
He's only 9.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. Whoops, hold on. I clicked on the wrong wrong setting. So, but it's top of the hour here. A little bit longer than I was going to be going, but I wanted to give you guys a chance to come back on and say hi. I actually kind of like doing this here.
Yeah. I've been looking forward to that. I thought I missed it the other day because it looked like you had posted something earlier, and I thought,
I did.
Did I miss it?
No, I did a video earlier. I put out a video before I actually came home to do the live stream. I'd set it up the night before to come out at like, it was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So, but,
It's crazy when all the lives line up all at once. You're sitting there going, I got things to do.
Right? It's always fun.
What's your plans for the weekend before you go?
My plans for the weekend? Well, tomorrow, just basically going to have a light breakfast, do the live. I got to go back out to my work tomorrow. One of my supervisors is in a college class. He's doing a business management, and he wants to, his assignment is he's got to interview 2 managers and then compare their leadership styles. So he asked me if he could interview me, and we're going out to my work tomorrow to do the interview because it's a mutual place that's quiet on a weekend.
Yeah.
And he works nights, so it'll be easier for him to do it out there. But other than that, my wife wants to clean the garage and the basement. I got to think of something else to do.
Very nice. The fish are calling, right?
What was it?
The fish are calling.
Yeah, the fish are calling. That's a good one too. I haven't done that in a long time. I have not been out fishing for a while. See, John says he sent me an email. I should put a smile on my face. All right. I like John's emails. They're always interesting. I'm going to have to watch that. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. You been watching any of John's videos? His music?
I need to get over there. I really like the one that he's got for you on the thing. I need to get over to his site. So
yeah. He's got some really good stuff. I really enjoy John's music and the deeper meaning behind all of his songs. It's actually really awesome.
That is a talent I do not hold at all. I remember in 7th grade, the band teacher came up to me and said, "Just act like you're playing."
That's awesome.
That sums it up.
Yeah. Well, it's 7 o'clock, and now I'm actually at 121 hours fasted, and I'm ready to go get something to eat. I appreciate you coming on tonight, Brian, John, Carolina. Terry never made it back in, but we'll talk to you all later. Everybody else who's here, thank you for stopping by, and we'll talk to you all tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Time. Have a good one.